This is the house.
Why the house?
Because the house always wins.
The vast majority of players throughout the past decade had a completely fair game. But there are exceptions to every rule.
I don't want to play online poker because I'm afraid I'm going to get cheated. And I don't think those are entirely unrealistic fears.
Historically, as players, our biggest fear was always that we might be cheated by another player. I don't think too many people ever expected that we'd have to actually worry about the poker sites themselves.
No, you gotta be kidding me. How'd you know to fold?
It's not a real deck you're seeing shuffled in front of you. Is there any form of rigging of the game against you?
The problem with poker in general is because you have human beings involved, every time you create a better mousetrap, you get smarter mice.
There are people that are really, really smart that develop those programs that let us do online gambling. And if they're smart enough to develop the programs, they're smart enough to figure out a way to rip us off.
When you get beat straight up, it hurts like hell. When you get hustled, it's a fucking dagger in the eye.
In the early days, a couple of networks didn't take game integrity as seriously. And players felt that they didn't need to do their due diligence. It's like buyer beware.
No one had considered that somebody hacked into the program and could see your hole cards. And when they figured out that was happening, everyone was freaking out.
You were right. See this right here? This is way outside the norm.
I was realizing my worst nightmare, and that is playing on sites where the game actually wasn't honest and where I actually was against opponents that could see all my cards and were cheating me.
If you walk in any casino in the world, you've got cameras all over the place. And you do need to maintain that level of scrutiny when you're dealing with a lot of money.
It raised the standard on what is necessary to be a good company in the poker world. I mean, a lot of the companies that were really shady back in the day are falling to the wayside, and the companies that are more reputable are doing really well.
Online, we have tremendous amounts of algorithms to try and find if people are colluding with each other.
I compared it against thousands of players, right, with at least 2,500 recorded hands. Look how far outside the normal win rates the guys who beat you are.
What's that, like over 1,000,000 to 1?
Dude, it's like winning Powerball 4 times in a row.
A lot more money has gone into game integrity on the development side, and it is something that you hear about a lot more in the industry.
If you read the stories from the Old West, you could mark cards, you could stack decks, you could do a number of things. With the correct procedures in place, you can ensure on a technical level that no one could access that data on those computers. So as long as you're in a strongly regulated jurisdiction, much like European sites, you can make sure that no one could get that access.
So what's gambling all about? Everybody gets a fair shot, whether you have $1 on the line or $1 million.